Q&A. Trying to find a solid place for this thing. Trying to film it in my dad's car. It has nice comfy seats. Gosh, this is hard. I think this should work. Kind of sketchily placed, but it should do the trick. All right, that should do. Look at how this tripod is set up. Kind of sketch. Need to roll down the windows just a bit. My dad just scraped the bottom of my Prius pulling out. He just looked at me with that guilty look. Come on, Dad, get it together. Oh my God, okay, it's too hot. He scraped the Prius, I'll use his gas. I posted this photo here. I'm filming a Q&A video. Ask me any questions below. Emoji. Video will be up in a day or two and new vlog will be up tonight. Stay stoked, fam. So, I'm going to answer questions. I have to be at a lunch in like 30 minutes though, so I have to move through it quick. JHNSC says, "Sup, dude, sup, dude." Lauren Miley, "Are you coming to Colorado ever?" Yeah, I'd like to. I am Braden Olson. Hey bud, what's the hardest part about living on the road? No consistent power and no consistent internet, especially when trying to do vlogs. Very hard. Hannah wants P16, what's your favorite lens? Probably the 24-70 Mark II. 35 art is also really good. General Velasco, pretty sunny. Number 1, it's very foggy in that picture, and number 2, that's not a question. Neuro Odyssey, planning on exploring the East Coast. I'd like to go to Rhode Island to where Moonrise Kingdom was filmed. There's also, this guy's been showing me a bunch of cool spots in New Jersey that look really rad. How did you get into photography? Any advice to new people who want to do what you do? I think vlog 7 or 8, my story, talks about how I got into photography. Just watch that. Advice to new people that want to do it, just start doing it and shoot often. That's key. Isaac Perman, favorite place you've been? Ooh. Alaska's really cool. Montana was really cool too. I really liked Portland though a lot because I was stuck there for a while and I got to like meet a lot of people, got to know the culture a lot better. They're all really rad. Josu Bar says, "How grow up in Instagram?" Yeah. CHVD page. You seem to love snacks. Is there a go-to snack? Gardettos. Preferably the Italian blend. If that's not around, the original will do. No Pizzy. No Pizzy. Have you ever been to Chelan, Washington? No, I haven't. I'd like to go. JHNSC, coming to the East Coast, Washington, D.C. or Maryland. I was supposed to go to D.C. one time. Very long story short, got a stick stabbed through my foot the day before, so I couldn't go because I couldn't walk. Maryland, I'd like to go there. I really want to go to Michigan. Starts with an M, it's kind of east. What's your favorite kind of pizza? Pizza. Andrew M. Sprague, hey bud. He says, thoughts on Nikon versus Canon? There's not a huge difference, but I kind of think of it this way. Nikon, Canon's like right here. Pizza. Has having a website helped you get more work? Tips for getting your website and running efficiently. This is actually a very interesting question. When you asked this question, my website sucked, but last night I stayed up for like almost 30-40 hours or so, redoing my website the whole night and then getting it up the next day. A long time ago when I redid my website, I got a ton of inquiries, and then when I didn't have a website, I didn't get inquiries. I think there's a correlation. Keep it simple and promote it. My dad just scraped the bottom again. What's up? That was a nice scrape on that outro there. It's all good. You come out at an angle. You have to turn the wheels. Like, it's tricky. You're good though. It's not a big deal. Sorry, talking to dad. To run it efficiently, keep it easy and keep it simple. I just have one page that says portfolio. I can put in portrait, lifestyle, detail, landscape. So I don't have 5 different sections. Oh, here's my lifestyles. Oh, here's this and here's that and that and that. It's easy. Keeps it simple. Keep it quick, keep it sick. Ian Armstrong, what's your motivation for shooting? Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Ian. I'm doing great. My motivation is to create stuff. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just motivated to shoot and create. I just love creating. Yeah. Corey Wolfenbarger says, tell the story of how the Birks and socks came to be. This is the most important question, TBH. Let me tell you a story. Last Christmas, opened a package. There's a pair of Birks. I slipped some socks on, put those Birks on. The rest is history. I'm Spock. Hey Dimitri. What's the longest hike you've ever taken? Funny story, that was with our friend Yuri. Went to Rampart Lake. Oh, it's just a little further. Oh, it's just a little further. And 12 miles later, we were back at the car. Stellar hike though, would definitely do it again. Kinda Sorry says, I'll be traveling to Portland next week. Any spots / places to check out? Any pizza place? Duh. If you want spots to check out, just like look through the photos I posted on Instagram. Munro Point though. Yeezy7 says, if anyone pranks you good and posted it on the internet, how would you feel about that? I don't know if I should answer that. Gabby's Soul says, currently eating pizza. Blessed. Ellie the Dancer 28, what is the most photogenic place you visited? I have no idea actually. They're all photogenic for their own reason. Kinda Sorry says, what backpack would you recommend for laptop plus camera? That Fjallraven bag I got from that bag website, I really have actually started to like it a lot. I have a little insert there from the company In Case. Put all my stuff in there, cinch it up, put it in my bag, then I open it up and there's a laptop sleeve right there. Bam. Easy, quick, no worries. Jordan Kim says, what's your favorite place in the world? Right here, wherever I'm at. Christian Polianako, what's the best way to start work through struggles or when you seem stuck? Shoot something different. That's big. I was shooting a lot of like nature, hiking, outdoors, which I love to shoot, but I kind of got bored of it after a while. I started shooting portraits and city stuff sometimes, and I really enjoyed it. So, least favorite image you posted last year and why? Probably like some like Rowena's crest or something. Actually, I don't like the one of that red barn I posted a few weeks ago. I like looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. Justin Monty, have any tips on getting to know and connect with other Instagrammers? Just do it. Hit them up, see if they're down to hang. The worst they can say is no or not respond. Rinse and repeat until you hang with someone. What's the best 2 lenses you would suggest on European trip? If you want to do 2, like one for landscape, one for portrait, I would do like a 24 and like a 35 or 50. If you did 1, do like a 35. Samton Shurab says, what gears you use? I have a video on that, you can check it out. Have you ever been in Mexico, and what state or place would you like to know here in Mexico? I've been to this little orphanage just south of the border one time, Rancho de Sus Niños. I don't know where I'd like to go in Mexico though. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. B. Borosh says, what pushes you to create? Making content, creating. I love the feedback I get from you guys. That's huge. And I love hearing people say, hey, I'm really inspired by your work. I think that's the biggest push for why I'm doing so many creative things and don't have enough time for it all. Connor Hendrick says, best camera for a beginner? This is your iPhone. Whatever you can get, just a camera. If you want a better answer than that, like a T5 or a T6i, just whatever you have. iPhone works great. How old are you, and when did your passion for photography begin? I'm 22. I was more passionate about it like past like year and a half or 2 years. I've been doing it for some time. It just kicked in there. V Winter says, what is your biggest fear? Probably getting stuck like way out in the middle of nowhere. That or an avalanche. Blainerific. Hey dude, vlogs are 10 out of 10, love them. Prince, do you sell them? And if there's a particular company that you use to get them? I don't sell them, but when I get them, I just use Costco. Super cheap and pretty quality. Goose Jesse, good starter camera and lens. How long have you been getting bangers? T5i, T6i with a kit lens is great. How long have I been getting bangers? Couple days. What are your favorite bands? Who would you like to meet? I think my top 3 favorite bands consistently, Gregory Alan Isakov, Bonnie Fair, and Ben Howard. Who would I like to meet? I'd love to meet Casey Neistat and like people who just create stuff a lot. I also would like to meet, I thought about this yesterday, I think it'd be really cool to meet Gregory Alan Isakov. It just would be cool. Rosie PTV, what are your favorite subjects to photograph? People. Mambo Sun 212, what's your go-to camping meal? I love when I get to cook vegetables over like a pan. I need to get a pan, I haven't had one in a while. Those are always so good. Posting up at camp, having some grilled veggies, put a little olive oil on there, some salt and pepper. MX D'Amico says, best way to spread your personal brand / get clients, post good work and post it often. 1 a day at least. Can you do an overview of your car, like what you take with you and what made you want to travel? I will do an overview of the car sometime. I've been actually meaning to do that, but oftentimes I am only driving in the car, not really just chilling at it. So, but yeah, that will come up in the future, I'm sure. Diafoid, fave go-to snack, Gardettos, or like Sour Patch Kids are good too. Cheez-Its are also really good. But I'm trying to be better about eating. So like fruit. Aquatic says, what inspires you most? People who are pushing themselves to do bigger things and better things and that are stoked on what they're doing. How long have you had your Birkenstocks, and what are your favorite socks to wear with them? I've had them for maybe like 6 or 7 months. I never meant to become the Birkenstocks and socks guy, it just kind of happened. Combine those with some like fresh off the counter Costco wool socks, it's just like, Russell Penny says, when are we hiking up to BTL? Oh, took me a minute to get that. What BTL was. Soon, my friend, when I get back from my trip. What application do you use to edit, and what filter? Lightroom, ISCO 6. Go aways back in the vlogs, I have a how I edit portraits video. Sam.y09, where do you get your socks? The most recent ones I've been wearing were from a company called Richer and Poorer, and then I also, you love Costco socks. Costco wool socks can't be beat. Any special tools / techniques that have helped you improve your photography? No special tricks, just keep shooting. What's your favorite blog, and if you were to choose 2 toppings on your pizza for your life, which one would you choose? My favorite blog, I don't really look into blogs much, but if you're talking about vlogs, my personal favorite vlog I've done, I think the one Leaving Forest was really good. I also like the 3-part series, that was really fun to make. And my 2 pizza toppings, extra pepperoni, extra olives. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Who's to say? Do you ever have any plans to come into Australia? Pretty expensive. but I'd like to go there. What advice can you give to a student just entering the world of photography? By the way, you're my inspiration. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. My best advice, I'll say it again and again and again, is just keep shooting. No classroom will teach you more than going out, shooting photos, figuring out how you messed that photo up or what you did right in a photo, going back and repeating it, fixing what you did, and just like learning. No classroom can teach you what hands-on experience will teach you. Just shoot a lot. If you could have one song to listen to for the rest of your life, which would it be? Pick wisely. Probably Down in the Valley by Head and the Heart. That's the one I've been listening to a lot lately. What camera should I use to film mainly but also still take rad bangers? Probably a Canon 70D or an 80D. They're both solid cameras. What are your biggest influences right now as a creator? Casey Neistat, Sam Elkins, he works hard and is doing big things and he's a close friend. Jared Chambers has always been an inspiration of mine just because he is so well-rounded, so I love looking at his stuff. My bud Rod Trevino, he's killing it, doing big things. My friend Tristan, she's been super inspired lately and just going out and doing stuff. My bud Rob Strock, he's been doing insane things lately. My biggest inspirations and influences, the people who are just making big things happen, like doing things and just like going and creating. I am always inspired by people who are just doing more. Jonathan says, how do I get better? Shoot more, post to your audience so you have someone to hold you accountable. Ye Mag says, dream travel destination, Iceland, Norway, and Scotland. Wales would be cool too. Connor Christopher says, do you think you'll ever get to the point where you can make a living off your following alone and no longer need to do commercial shoots? I like shooting commercial stuff though. I don't think I'd ever want to stop that. Christopher Lee says, highs and lows you've experienced. I don't know. Highs are just like this whole trip. It's been a blast. Lows would be when like someone cuts me off in traffic. Where Alley Goes says, how do you get your portraits to look so soft and warm? I have a video on that. You go back and you'll find it somewhere. Advice for people wanting to take a risk, travel, plus dive further into photography. Do it, just do it. Jack Tooman says, if not a Prius, what car would you choose? Probably a 4-wheel drive car. I've had a blast with those things recently. What's your biggest influence, inspiration as a creative? Anyone who is doing things, making it an effort to create. That is my biggest influence. Other passions next to photography and music. Nothing really. Pretty much all my effort and everything is put into photography and filming and all that. This is my work and this is my hobby. It's my life. I love it. You said you played guitar. Do you mind showing us a song? I'm sure it'll pop up in a vlog at some point. Would you ever want to come to Canada, specifically Toronto? P.S. Love your vlogs and photos. You're a huge inspiration to me. Thank you, Danielle Diangales. I'd like to go to Canada and Toronto. I'm sure would be cool too. Would you make a longer version of your editing skills, explaining how you get your filters? I'd love to help you guys on that, but that depletes a whole part of the learning process on your end. Mess around with every single tool in Lightroom. Over time, like create presets. My preset is based off a VSCO preset that I've tweaked a lot. Figure out how to get the look you want and then consistently get it. I have to go to lunch really quick. TB continued. TBC, to be continued. A little bit late to this lunch. It's probably the best place that Mill Creek has to offer. Town Center Teriyaki. No, sorry I'm late. Filming a Q&A video. Dave, bring it in. Good to see you. Scotty, good to see you. Hi guys. Gotta run an errand to Bellevue. Gotta go buy girls' clothes at Aeropostale. All right, have to go buy a bunch of girls' clothes at Aeropostale. Got him. Back home. All right, 4:50 p.m. Time to finish up this Q&A. Let's go. Michael P. Photo says, I'm traveling to Yellowstone this summer. What's your favorite spot there? Honestly, I was there for like 2 hours. Internet will have better answers. Stay Outdoors asks, where are your favorite spots to shoot? Oregon's really cool. I love coastal stuff. I love alpine lakes too. Lopez Davis 13, how do you find projects for smaller companies and how do you finance these amazing trips? Hit up companies, like find their contact email and just hit them up. Just try it. And how do I finance these trips? Through work, through photography gigs, through like a lot of social media work really. I love Elisha says, what's your favorite kind of bagel? Anything except for the onion kind. Mim Skyle says, if you could pack 3 things into your Prius for a trip, what would they be and why? And also, what's your ISO? My ISO is like 2.8. I'd pack my camera, probably some water, and like a jacket. Loang22 says, Andrew, will you consider one-on-one workshop? I'll consider it. George Jutras, where do you see your work going in the future? Do you think you'll always be shooting freelance for companies? Yes, but also I'm going to be putting a lot more effort into YouTube and vlogs and stuff like that, and hopefully that will become my main thing. Forever Adventura says, what steps should you take to getting jobs for companies? Email them. How do you get to your point where companies see your work? Yes, email them, show them your website or anything like that. Just do it. That's the thing. Andrew Squirks, what has been your biggest inspiration in the past month? Travel. Like, traveling is super inspiring. What if Juliet says, what favorite season of The Office? All 9. They're all so good. Chud Wyerter, how do you fund all of your traveling? Through photography, through jobs, through filming, through all that. Dylan Cato says, what's more important, lens or body? I'm gonna say lens, if people wanna fight me on that. Tristan Juranad, best portrait lens, like a 35 art is pretty good. Adriana Addis says, what's your favorite band? I don't really know. I already mentioned my top 3 before, so we'll just go with those. Best pizza you've ever had? Costco's great. I think the cheapness is what makes Costco so great. Sasuke, do you see clearly all the differences between Instagram and photography overall? How did you combine this? I mean, Instagram and photography go hand in hand, so that's how I combined it. Favorite childhood memory? Probably this trip. I'm still a child. Max Hoffman says, color grade your videos and they will be a solid 10 out of 10. I don't have time for that. How often do you eat pizza? Often. How do you fund your traveling and your favorite lens? I already talked about funding it. Favorite lens, probably my 24-70 Mark II. Benjamin Norna, what was your childhood like I suck at reading. What was your childhood like and who had the greatest impact on you growing up? Advice for a younger version of you? My childhood, you can go watch vlog number, I think 7 for that. My biggest impact on growing up, mainly the people I've been meeting more recently, I guess. Dr. Wildman says, how was staying up here with Callum Stearns? It was stellar. Callum's a good guy. Will on Ice says, how does one stay stoked during the last month of school and finals? You're on the last month of school and finals. Stay stoked, you're almost done. Rachel Palmer, how did you decide what kind of lifestyle you wanted to pursue? I always thought it'd be cool to live in my car and travel a bunch, so I just kind of took steps toward that. Vanessa T. Jindra, what do you think if you can't find a model to shoot, but the landscape just doesn't look 10 out of 10 without a model? Be creative with what you got, I guess. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Says sunrise or sunset? Sunrise. Annie Palmer says, do you only shoot around sunrise or sunset? Not really. Mackenzie Rayleigh says, bangers or zingers? Zingers. What are your opinions on the mirrorless versus DSLR debate? I really like my little Sony mirrorless camera, I'm not gonna lie. Nothing will ever match the look of like a Canon 5D Mark II or Mark III. It just looks so good. As a young photographer, I've always been curious what you got started. Has it felt like work / gotten steak? Not sure I entirely understand that. Watch vlog 7. You'll learn all about how I got started. Doesn't feel like work. I live my dream every day, pretty much. Any advice for new film photographers? I've only shot like 2 rolls of film in my life. Any advice for me on that? Favorite places to take pictures in the PNW? Alpine Lakes, they're awesome. Zachary Ackerman says, would you do a meetup? Actually, I've been thinking about that. I'd like to, but I'm always not in like my usual home state, so it's hard to. What's your process for getting raw files off of your 5D to share on Instagram? This guy, plug it in, USB. You use Finder to transfer all the files, and then I just use AirDrop to transfer them to the phone. Got a call, 1 second, my bud Kevin. Hey Kev, good, just doing a Q&A for the vlog. Want to say hi to the vlog?
Hey vlog, how's it going?
They didn't respond, they can't respond, sorry. Al0589 says, how do you like being on the road? I love it. Are you making any money while traveling? Yes. If so, how? Social promoting, photography, all that stuff. Duncan Gurney says, where's somewhere cool to shoot in Kitsap County? I know the name Kitsap County, unfortunately I don't know where that is off the top of my head, sorry. Isaac Perman says, is it ever awkward filming on vlogs? Kind of, yeah, sometimes. I don't like doing it around people I've just met often. Usually it's like, don't really get it. Parker Holstein says, where would you say your video style came from, and did your photography style play into it? Well, my photography style plays into like my cinematic video style, but not so much my vlog. Video style, I took a lot from a guy named Caleb Babcock. I'm a big fan of his work. He's like a local legend here, and he's probably my biggest inspiration through cinematic video stuff. Yeah, vlogs and photography don't really correlate at all. Photography is like nice, neat, clean, whatever, and then my vlogs are just like messy and choppy, and for some reason you guys like them. Alex Boulay. Boulay! Do you think there's enough room in the, oh my god, this is such a long question. To answer your question, I'm not gonna read it out loud. I think there's still room in the adventure photographer market. Just push really hard and do big things. What is the first thing Ruby Reynoso says, what is the first thing you'd do if you heard about the outbreak of a zombie apocalypse? Buy a 4x4 car and peace out somewhere. What inspired you to become an adventure photographer? Adventure. How do you store / back up all your photos and videos? Yeah, all external hard drive. I go through hard drives really fast right now. It's rough and expensive. As a freelance photographer, is living in your car a good move? It's not a bad move, so yeah, I guess. Coroner1 says, what's your first work as a professional photographer? Probably a wedding or something. Thomas, God, you guys have such hard names. Do you think you're gonna do a road trip to Canada? By the way, I love your vlogs, and oh, what's the model of your Birkenstock? My Birkenstock's model is like Habana oil leather, something like that. I'd like to go to Canada too. And thank you for watching my vlogs. Jenny Rose, any suggestions for shooting traveling alone? Don't be nervous, people are usually pretty nice. Be safe, be smart, don't walk alone at night in Seattle. Have pepper spray. And hit up people in advance though, because oftentimes they'll be very nice and let you stay on their couch, get a plan together, stuff like that. AOWS says, you know that much pizza can't be healthy. Yeah, I know. I should be careful. Dennis Bolshak. God, I just, these names. Am I right thinking that you're getting a lens that's more expensive than your camera body? Is that okay to do? Absolutely. I owned a 24-70 when I owned a 60D. Lens, camera body. Fight me on that if you think I'm wrong. Def Tame says, I'm a young Aussie making the trek over to the States, later blah 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 blah, places in the Pacific Northwest, just anywhere cool in general. Any recommendations? Mountain Loop Highway is cool. Encourage you to hike more than you just stick around at the drive up spots. There's a lot of cool hikes around here. Basically just like look through PNW people's pictures. That's my best advice. Willie Mavu says, how do you maintain such a nice feed on Instagram? Yours is one of my favorites I've seen. Thank you, Willie Mavu. I have like 3 different presets that I use. They're all really similar in a lot of ways, but slightly different. It takes a really long time to develop that. A week later, once you think you got it, you'll be like, I suck, and then redo it all again. What is your mains lens that you use? Canon 24-70 Mark II. Just never leaves my camera. Was it harder than you thought living on the road? It was a bit harder than I thought living on the road, although it's been kind of nice because people are so hospitable. My main thing is I need internet more often and power more often. That's the hardest part. Donna, I'm gonna stop saying names. They're too hard. What is the most beautiful or charming place you've ever visited? Alaska, probably. What's your fave TV show? I haven't sat down and watched TV in like 2 years, probably. Are you home? I am home right now. Come on in. How long do you think you'll be living on the road for? That's a great question. I have a lot of big ideas. It may or may not be living on the road, but we'll see how that goes. Where are some great places you haven't been but wish to go? Iceland, Scotland, basically anything with the word land after it. Wales would be cool. When you come into Canada, I hope soon. Do you shower facing the spout or Alex Stearns asks, Alex Stearns asks, do you shower facing the spout or away from it? It's actually a combination of both. With long hair, I have to face away when I rinse my hair, but actually now that I think about it, probably more of an away person. How tall are you? Probably like 7'8", I don't know. Everyone just arrived home. Going back to the car to finish the Q&A. Here's Marty. Have you ever been to the UK? Amazing feed, by the way, and loving the vlogs. Thank you, and thank you. I've never been to the UK, but I would love to go to the UK. If you could be a tree, which one would that be? Probably a willow. Willows are dope, or an evergreen. This is a long question asking about starting freelance photography. Basically, just do it. No if, and, or buts about it. Like, you just have to start. There's nothing you do to set up for it. There's nothing to like, you just gotta do it. Like, I don't know how to answer that question because all I did was just did it, and here I am, you know? Just do it. What's one thing you wish you had done while in Alaska? Rented like a 4x4 and gone like mauling through some crazy roads. When are you coming to Wales? Oh, Chris Buxton asked that. Chris, I would love to come to Wales. I hope soon. That'd be cool. Most important travel items for you? Camera, water, deodorant. Have you ever been to Sequoia National Park in California? No, I haven't. Thank you for the recommendation. Last question here, _red2black_ says, will you be traveling outside of the US soon? As a matter of fact, yes. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón.